Hi, I'm Supermoon Tarot, and today I'm talking to my Scorpios. Hello, Scorpios. The way this video is going to work is the first half is going to be talking about your energy and the story behind that, and the second half is going to be talking about your energy and another's and the story behind that. This is mostly for my sun signs, but moon and rising are always welcomed. This is just about the message resonating. So, let's talk about you and your energy. Interesting. I can tell you right now, you feel off. I just know. I've been there myself. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, cool. I can turn this frown upside down real quick. So this is why I'm saying that you feel off. So let's first talk about compliments all around. You are a king of cups. This is like beyond emotional balance. You are quite emotionally mature and intelligent with your own and other people's. So like, if you're dealing some form of doubt or sense of like grief, which I do see, and we can get into that, that doesn't mean your emotions themselves are in any sort of disarray. In fact, actually, because you're so emotionally in tune, it can sometimes make grief feel even more intense because like you can kind of fathom it more, if that makes sense. A master of their emotions, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you're a master of emotions, you don't have your off days. But the reason why it can feel like you're off is when we have a temperance in reverse situation. And this is sort of an abstract thing most people don't focus on enough. This is when our energies are off. You can fix this through chakra meditations or, okay, I'm going to tell you something, and it might be a little scary to hear this, but we're just going to kind of go with it because I still think it's important that you know. Sometimes our energies can be off because of attachments being to us. This is super common. This has happened to most of us, and you can get these attachments off you. You can actually straight up go and seek spiritual help. Like a practitioner or something like that. But you can simply, reach out, call out to your spirit guides, call out to whoever you vibe with, and just say, hi, if there's something attached to me, can you please help it, return to the veil? I don't want it. Send it love and light, send me love and light, and then just really contemplate and meditate and put that out there and believe it. You will feel the difference. You will feel much lighter afterwards. You will know that it happened. If you don't sense anything, then it wasn't there. It's just your own personal energy assortment to figure out. But I am putting it out there because it is a thing. I just don't put it out there often because I don't want to put people in any sort of, go-to where they just always think that's it and then kind of get a little over frightened when they don't need to. And having attachments isn't something you should be frightened about. You can fix it very easily. But that being said, it can be in disarrayment when our energies feel off in some way, but then our emotions are like so on lockdown. So that's where it can be like, what's going on with me? I'm like intelligent enough to know something's off, but I can't quite tell what it is. That's what it is. Now we can get even more specific over here with the energies being off with the Three of Pentacles. Now I can't quite tell if you are in the group and you feel like you're on the outside of the group, or you're no longer in the group, and then that's what's causing you grief. But either way, let's talk about the Three of Pentacles. Now, this can refer to you and like another group of people, like at work, but it can refer to the way you and other people work together in friendship circles. So it's not just about like having a bunch of, like either way, these people seem lovely and nice and are worth getting along with and syncing up with. But it's talking about how it seems like everything seems to be flowing nicely. They're able to communicate how they feel and work stuff out. And yet you feel like the Five of Cups upright. This is this just intense sense of outsiderness and grief. Now that could be because, again, of the energy feeling. And you're just like, they don't understand what I'm going through. I don't even understand what I'm going through. I'm there. I'm a part of the group. Everything's going great. I should feel great. why do I feel so off? Or it could be like, man, they're working, they look like they're having such a good time. Why can't I be a part of it? And again, it's that grief, and most of it's coming from, and that's why I wanted to specifically point out the attachment thing with the temperance and that. So just putting that out there. But we can talk about where to direct your energy. With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, it seems that you're focusing on this part of the feeling, the sense of grief, the loss, the sense of outsiderness, whatever perspective you're on, way too much. You're holding yourself up to too high of a standard. You're kind of like a perfectionist of yourself, and it can be understandable because you're so in tune with yourself and you understand and you're like aware of how good you are with your emotions with the King of Cups, but you're just kind of holding everything else to way too high of a standard. It's almost like your blind spot. It's like you're a King of Cups in many ways for yourself and other people, but you're not realizing in this circumstance you need to take that King of Cups personality more in this particular circumstance, which is somebody who's from viewing the emotional situation from an observational point of view. They're able to see other people, themselves. Try viewing yourself right now as consoling a friend. Look at them. Like, what are they doing wrong, right? How are they overjudging themselves? How are they not giving themselves enough compassion and love and support and patience? That can help out a lot. But either way, you're just focusing on that perspective too much rather than what is working out, what could work out. And we want to then focus more of our attention, and we can see the help coming in this absolutely adorable, cute little baby card with a Page of Wands. So cute. Over here, this is you understanding and starting something new as, think of it as like a student, but over something that you're excited about. We just simply define this type of card as passion, but this could be anything from a new hobby to something you're just pumped to learn more about, but it's this brand new start and taking a hold of it from a student's sort of perspective. So you'd be like, okay, I really found out I love rock climbing. And then you're like, you look up all the different people that rock climb, you get excited about the shoes. It's like, put your attention over here if you're not quite sure how to exactly solve what's going on over here. In fact, the new passion might be getting into understanding energy work and understanding Reiki stuff. Maybe you learn how to work with it yourself. Whatever it is, it's this excitement that takes you out of focusing so heavily on the grief and giving the grief so much power and beating yourself up even more for having grief and that type of thing. And that will then help you evaluate that. Sometimes having a break from it can help a lot. Either way, this new sense of passion and excitement that pulls you out of this mind block is leading you to the Queen of Wands. I love this. The Queen of Wands is extremely likable. So again, if you feel like you're not in this group anymore and you wish you were, understand that your potential is great and you can find other people that are going to totally vibe with you. You have that factor. It's just about tuning into it, tuning into your inner light, so to speak, and learning what that is and shining from it. We know where you can start and where you can sort of ignite all of this potential going on. And again, this is either about you then tuning into it and feeling likable and then feeling more a part of the group, or if you feel like you wish you were a part of the group, don't worry, you will find that group that will be either drawn to you naturally because of this. But this focus, this intensity you're putting on yourself isn't helping, so we can help with that. Now where's my deck? Okay, let's look at you and somebody else. Okay, we're gonna have one of those kind of conversations. Okay, well, let's go. Let's do this. So I can tell over in the Three of Wands, you are quite determined to be with somebody else. Like, you're ready for that sort of commitment and closeness. And who doesn't love that? That's great that you know what you want in that sort of way. And you've been putting out the messages, you've been reaching out to people. Three of Wands especially talks about social media, especially with like apps and stuff like that. And it looks like somebody else is hearing your call in the King of Wands in reverse. But this intensity, this thing that you want, it comes with a bit of a warning, and, well, that warning comes in the King of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is just some things to consider, some things to be aware of, to each your own and your own decision, but I'm just telling you what's in the cards. Our King of Wands is not the best option as a person to be with. This isn't the case in every regard, but I can go further in confirming that when we have all of these cards popping up, especially the Knight of Wands in reverse. So first we can understand where their personality is coming from. The King of Wands in reverse is somebody that's got like way too much energy. They're not quite sure what to do with it, and it kind of bounces around. And sometimes you're getting a heavy flow of it, and it's really wonderful having that spotlight shined on you. And then they're bored and they're not quite sure what to do with it next, so they turn to someone else. And this is someone who, if you don't instantly give them personal gratification, they get frustrated and give their attention somewhere else. And so it's kind of like a lot of emotional whiplash to go through, essentially. So over here in the Nine of Pentacles, this is the first kind of loving card to say you're going to feel like you're more dependent on them because you've wanted this so much, but unfortunately that's not necessarily the answer, and you're being told it's fine to want to lean on someone else and have that sort of partnership and support system, but right now it's actually more important you figure out how to support yourself independently, so in the long run those are the type of people you attract, so to speak. It's like we talked about what was happening in the previous spread of like looking towards other people, feeling like an outsider, so you're putting out there like you want to lean on someone, but it's coming from a place that doesn't feel like you can get it from yourself, so you're attracting someone that's like, yep, I'm the only one that can give it to you, you know what I'm saying? And the Knight of Wands is like our first warning, especially with the Chariot. This sort of connection is going to be a little too intense to escape. That is why you're basically being told a very intense warning, because the Knight of Wands is someone who, I cannot tell you how often this pops up. This is somebody who, when you meet them, you're going to experience such a connection and magnetism about them that you're going to think, quote unquote, that you're soulmates and that it's just like, this is the love of your life. But they have this sort of effect on everyone and make everyone feel this way. They're just a master of expressing themselves and making people feel special. And while that is beautiful and not necessarily a bad thing, that's great that they're not a bad person for having that sort of effect on multiple people throughout their lifetime. When it's in reverse, this is somebody who gets bored easily. So they will, enjoy their time with you and then go be with someone else. And it's nothing personal. It doesn't mean you are less special or less deserving of that sort of wonderful attention. It's just their attention span, and it does not feel good to be the kind of result or brunt of their attention span and be like, oh, you're done with me? That's not fun. You've already gotten me so invested. And it feels like it could come at you hard and fast. So this is where the kind of, I don't know how to describe it, the warning, I guess the guidance comes in when we have the Two of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Swords is asking you to make a decision, and that decision pops up between the feeling of like the decision with this other person, like do you want to choose and give your attention? Do you want to just be with someone because you want to be with someone? Or do you want to think about what it is you truly want and then keep putting out these admirable efforts of being like, I want to be with someone. Hello, is anyone there? Hi. So when we have this card over here, this is a forewarning that you need to think about longer term investments. And that's kind of basically in so many words implying this is not a long-term investment. You're just choosing this person because they are so great at making you feel special. They responded very quickly. And if you put yourself through this, it's only going to burn that much harder is how I'm going to put it. Like I said, it's not a comfortable conversation to have, but it's still valid. And so basically this is saying that take care of yourself, give yourself your own support. You are worthy of receiving this intense, romantic, wonderful energy and experience between someone else, but there is someone else ready to receive your calls that is not going to be so all over the place and you be the brunt of all this jazz. And we don't want that for you. We see it kind of, this is something I want to point out, is sometimes the way we feel socially with other people, like friends, can leak over into our more romantic connections. So just consider that. And we already talked about how, like, where that's coming from, like with energies and stuff like that. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving the video a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel like you would not believe. Have a beautiful day. I'm wishing you the best. You are worth the best. As we talked about before. I will see you next one. Bye.